My name is Maximilian Lösch. I'm studying here in Darmstadt at the EM Academy, and I started this project from a personal idea about language and communication and the use of language. And we are starting this talk with Maldonado Fonken. He's the creator of the EM management system, and so we are going to talk with him about language and the different aspects of language that are involved in elements management. So Daniel, how is language used in elements management?
Thank you, Maximilian, for the opportunity and the initiative to do these video shows. Language, well, in elements management we used to say that language have to be used in a symbolic way. That's how we use it. Our symbols are referring to the elements we use, or to the principles we use to management. And as each of these elements has at least 9 levels of meaning, according to the situation we want to apply it, then it is necessary that the elements management practitioners know access to these multi-levels of meanings. That is impossible to do just by learning definitions, as elements management is something alive, something vivid, that have to do a lot with the perception and the awareness, the capacity of the individual. So this capacity needs to be applied into a particular circumstance. And into the circumstance, we're going to perceive the level of the meaning of the symbol or the element we're going to use. So in that sense, when we use the word water, we might refer to 9 to 18 different kind of qualities of water, functions of water that can serve us along the design of a management process. And the same we can say about each of the elements.
Okay, so there is the point that you really need to deal with this huge complexity, and it's not easy to express it just through an intellectual, or it's impossible, let's say, to express it through just an intellectual terminology.
It is possible to describe the experience through words that everybody can understand, but it's not possible to learn the skills to apply elements management through a glossary, vocabulary.
Okay.
You know, it is necessary to know the different qualities or meanings of a word used in elements management through experience, and then it is organic. It's very concrete the way we apply it. We know it through experience. When we have a list of meanings and categories that are intellectually organized, okay, it is easy to bring them together according to a model that was predefined. But it means we are using a reference that somebody left there that should work as a receipt, you know, as a rule. In elements management, we need to confront ourselves to the circumstance, to the context we're going to apply elements management. And these contexts might have different kind of levels of awareness, of collective awareness, of different kind of forms of collaboration. So we need to perceive what we have in the situation. And in that way, we identify which level of meaning of the element need to be used. Interesting is that when we have complex situations, we can use more than one level of meaning simultaneously. And that is what our system allowed us to do.
Okay. And so these different levels of meaning are accessible, like you said, only through the experience of the principle. So and it's not possible. So the point about languages, or an important point about language, is that elements management knowledge is not transferable, like you said, just through an intellectual language.
Absolutely. That's exactly how it works. Yeah.
And so the level of understanding of an elements management text, for example, depends also on, or depends in a huge way also on the level of understanding of the person. So it's yeah, so this is a very interesting aspect, and I think this is something that often is a challenge when you deal with non-verbal experiences and you try to express them through a verbal language.
Yeah, it is a challenge for the modern world, and in the tribes, in the old tribes, in the rainforest, for example, the meanings of the words used were transferred through experience, through rituals, we can say, and through ceremonies, through dances, festivities, through actions, through communication. And this kind of inheritance is verbal. It's the core of the collective awareness, of the collective mind of the tribe. Is the heart of the emotions. It gives the meaning to the life. It describes the universe that this culture has. But what happens when we have a tribe that we find, for example, in an isolated island in Japan, with another tribe of the rainforest, another one in the North Pole? Are going to be there able to communicate? So then the modern question is, okay, we should find a way to translate the language, or we should find a way, a new language that can all of them use. And then we fall again into this need of words. Well, actually, each of these tribes have an experience of nature, which is represented and give meaning to it in a different way. It is not through words that they will transfer information or communicate information, it's through experience. If you have these members of these three different tribes along